to the Black Mike Games podcast, episode, I don't know, 435, 436?
For something.
Yeah, the magical numbers, which we have passed. We have surpassed magical numbers.
It's not 420, it's
No. But
it's 469.
We're a little sad. I'm a little sad. Well, Josh doesn't care. He's like
It's 474.
Josh is like business go burr.
Business go burr.
Whereas I'm sad, and he's like, burn it all to the ground.
To the ground.
So anyways, we got to start off talking about something very fun.
Sure.
We got to talk about Embrace It Group, Josh. We got to talk about Embrace It Group.
Oh boy. The best thing ever.
The studio, the gift that keeps on giving, the industry equivalent of that annoying person who shows up at your door and then tells you how to live your life for like 40 minutes. And usually 9 times out of 10, it's related to God. And then you're like, I'm not interested in listening to, but would you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? No. Maybe I don't. I'm scared.
I have an anecdote of that. Do you believe in Jesus Christ and whatever? The fucking.
The best one is when you're like, "Hey, I'm going to do this thing."
Yeah,
and then you're doing it, and then you're walking around a store. And then one of those people comes up to you and you're like, oh. Scared. Very scared.
Well, freaking. I just love how that when they announce splitting up and the names of these split up names are god awful.
Coffee Stain and Friends.
Like, what does that mean? You could have just called yourself Coffee Stain and be fine. Like, it'd just be a bigger coffee stain. That's what you could have called yourself, an even bigger coffee stain.
Coffee Stain and Friends.
Oh, God damn it. And what was the other one? It was...
There was one more. I forget what it was. Oh, Lord of the Rings and Friends. Which also includes Dark Horse, who publishes the Berserk manga.
Huh.
And like Hellboy.
Fucking god damn it.
So yeah.
Yeah, these names, the names that they picked, it's just so stupid. It's
awful, right?
Yeah.
Terrible. God damn.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's
and also another funny thing about this split up is like you think this will make things better. And it's like, well, not necessarily, because the shitty people are just getting split across these different companies.
Well, like the problem is like, can we just agree at this point that like Embracer Group is literally is literally just a Ponzi scheme at this point?
Yeah.
It's like, that's what it feels like.
I mean, it was all hinging on that freaking deal with Saudi Arabia, and that fell through. Like,
I mean, like, I'm happy that that's like the thing that's like everyone's coming to the conclusion with now. Is like, hey, that deal was complete and total bullshit.
Well, the funny thing is, like, there's other companies that also betted on, oh, yeah, they will totally agree to this. And then that just doesn't go through whatsoever. It's always Saudi Arabia.
Well, like I understand, like, why like, you would want to use Saudi Arabia. But, like, at the same time, I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, Yeah, we're basically at like war with like most of their allies. Like Saudi Arabia is like a member of the BRICS nations, right? So
Yep.
like they're pretty much like, hey, you're fucking with our trading partners at this point. And like we had a really good relationship with them under Trump, but we don't anymore. So I don't know. Like it just seems like as if like a lot of things are it feels like as if a lot of gaming right now is like, you look at gaming right now and a lot of it's based on free money.
Yeah.
How do we get free money?
Yep. Oh, if you make your games a service, oh, is that free money? Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah. We make our games completely boneheaded decisions, and we fuck over consumers repeatedly. Why is our game not selling? I have no idea.
We make, instead of letting the developers develop a game, how about we keep forcing them to make these shitty ass decisions over and over? Oh no, the game's bad.
We instead of giving them what they want, instead of giving consumers what they want, we just fuck them repeatedly and then tell them to get used to it.
We'll make the DLC for the next game $150 and make it a pay to win mod, basically, for our outdoor shooty game.
We'll make a $200 edition of our game.
Yep. What does it come with a $200 edition of the game?
Like 4 missions and like costumes.
Yeah. How many costumes?
Like 1.
Hey, I said costumes.
It takes like it's just 1, but you can get like, it comes with other costumes from the other editions that are like anywhere from like $5 from like $100 to $150. So it includes all of their costumes too. So really, this edition has like 4 costumes in it that are exclusive to like the more expensive editions. They're not included, but really at the end of the day, it only comes with 1 exclusive costume. Yeah, and let me tell you, that costume, it's literally like, it took our artists about like 5 minutes of actual work, but because we shoved a bunch of like overhead on top of it, where you have to like do like 14 days worth of like actual like approval processing, where we have to plan the costume, then we have to tell the costume how it looks. Yeah, the actual dev time took like maybe like 2 hours. But 14 days worth of bureaucracy in that 1 costume.
All in that 1 costume.
Oh. So yeah, they're dying. They're dead.
They're dead.
They're THQ died again.
How many times can that company get resurrected? Like, Christ.
Well, it died once, and it just died again. So I don't know, like twice?
Over and over.
It's not technically dead.
Like, it's just so weird how it's like, man, this is just keeps living somehow through its mergers, through everything else.
It's the dumbest thing ever. Of how it just keeps dying and coming back and reviving, and every single time it's always the same bullshit.
Yep.
Where you're like, how can this company continue living? And it's like very obvious the reason why. Is because like there's people who are like, we support this company, and there's actually some really good stuff that like THQ did when they were like around. If that makes sense. If that makes sense.
I mean, yeah. There's just, I don't know. Maybe I think again, like I probably said this before, all these companies are just, especially the game developers, are just going to learn a lesson of like, staying private's a good idea. Like, I
mean, I think that's what everyone's kind of doing now. Is I think that's like the new idea is like, we're just going to stay private, and then like when a corporation comes to us and be like, hey, We're wondering how, like, if you're willing to take a money, we just say no.
Yeah.
Unless it's China, in which case then we're absolutely going to say yes.
China comes by. Hey, would like to buy your shit. Okay.
Okay, we'll work with you.
All right. Sure. How much money?
Because there's no way in hell that company is going out of business anytime soon. Let me tell you. No way in hell.
No way
in hell.
Oh boy.
But yeah, no. What else happened? Josh failed me this week, but
I have failed you because I played more Children of the Sun. That's why I failed you.
You played more Children of the Sun. When I asked you specifically, I was like, "Hey Josh, I need you to play Stellar Blade," and you were like, "Okay."
Oh,
didn't even respond.
I'll get right to that. Nope.
I was like, I'm pretty sure Josh has access to PlayStation 5.
I have my brother's PS5. That's about it.
Hey, that's access to a PlayStation 5.
I'm sure he will let me use it, but I'm not playing
a booby game.
No, it's just that I'm just not interested.
You're not interested in tits and ass.
Like,
why are you gay?
I'm not gay.
Why are you gay?
Now, I know that reference. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Frick. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I get it. It's a booby game. It does the shooty bang bang well, I guess. But like at the same time, it's like I don't care enough. I just don't. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, so Escape from Tarkov came out, and it essentially came out, and or not Escape from Tarkov. What is it? Stellar Blade came out, and it essentially broke the internet. I watched some Let's Plays of it. It is, how do we put this? It is okay. The game.
Okay, the game.
It is fine. It is serviceable. It looks like it has issues. It looks like it's a combination of Dark Souls, Bayonetta, and other video games, but it's more of the same, if that makes sense.
Because like the more I've seen people play it, I've seen people fiddle with it, and I'm like, I don't like. I get it. It's like you can make it so that she booby jiggle, but like it's just, it feels no different than other.
There's a lot of booby jiggle in this game, but why is there so much booby jiggle in this game?
Yeah, why is there so much booby jiggle in this game?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Just looking at it, and I was like, I get it. It's just not me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, and
what else? Oh,
yeah.
I remembered something. The Tarkov devs fucking love shooting themselves in the foot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah. So as of late, the Tarkov devs they put out a DLC, which was paid to win DLC because it gave you a bunch of, I think it was a boost in your build. You can build a base in the game, and which will help you go out into the wilderness with more weapons and more resources, so you can get more resources to build your base, yada yada, and they give those people a head start. But that DLC thing costs $150 to get that head start, which is pretty absurd, and is only like, and the funny thing is, the way the game works is that it's not really permanent. It's kind of like these temporary buffs. So you're paying $150 for something that's probably temporary.
Yeah,
which is insane. And also the devs were getting, caught with their, getting literally caught in gunfire from people going like, what the fuck is this? Why? And then the devs just dug an even further grave and goes, oh yeah, just pay for it. Because
just give us money.
Just give us money. And then everyone's
we're
like,
going out of business soon. So this is our last attempt in order to make money. So yeah.
I don't even think the company was losing that much money. Like, the game's popular. It's very popular. It's just
we're spending way too much money on cocaine and hookers.
That's what it feels like.
We need more money to sustain our cocaine addiction and hooker addiction.
Oh God, this is what it really feels like. It's like it has to be like, I know greed can corrupt people immensely, or someone who just doesn't give a shit about the thing that they are selling, just want this to try to, syringe out more money out of people. But like, yeah, this just comes across as like, you're blind to everything. This is going to be fine. They'll soak it up. And it's like, no, they won't. People are not retarded fucking cows to fucking just think they're gonna
you would
eat this shit up. Like, and another thing about this story is that not only that, they've do the double down, they triple down, which they're like, no, this is gonna be a thing. Fucking stop crying. Like,
stop acting like as if I'm supposed to care.
Oh Christ, and a fucking cracker. Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's like they're actively trying to make it so that they're they're trying to close their doors as fast as they can.
Well, that feels like 95% of this industry now is like 95% of the industry is like, how do I burn every single piece of goodwill I earned in like to the ground?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just burn it all to the ground. Okay, I'll do that.
Like, how do I burn all of my goodwill and all of this earned will through, a loyal customer fan base? Oh, just literally set a match
just
on fire and throw it in this direction?
Oh, okay.
And this will make my line go up and give me more money?
Yeah.
Like, fucking hell.
I don't know. It's fun. It's fun for me because like we end up like we at least get to talk about it. But like at the same time, I'm like, I actually think there's a real high prospect that like we're going to be talking about video games at the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about video games at the end of the year, and we're going to be like, yeah, nothing really good came out this year other than like a couple of Nintendo games and like MechWarrior 5 and Helldivers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's actually looking like that. Like, well, Call of Duty came out. Well, how was Call of Duty? Oh, shit. Like, actual dog shit.
Oh,
okay.
Shit.
Okay. Well, what's your opinion on, like, Tekken 8? Oh, Tekken 8 was amazing. It's the greatest game ever made. It's the best fighting game of all time.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Well, what about the new Battlefield? Wow, that game sucked. I hated it. Like, it feels like that's where we're going. Like, more video games are going to come out and we're just going to be like, I don't think this is it, Chief.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as time goes on, more people are going to get it seems like either because of COVID or, I actually kind of think this is how it's going to go. It's because COVID, people thought, oh, this line will go up indefinitely, even though they're retarded, and that's not going to happen. And therefore, now they're trying to cut costs and trying to, shave off all those people that they hired or whatever. And we're just going to keep hearing about this for probably this year and maybe next year.
What were we talking about again?
The
Stellar?
No, of Tarkov and doing seedy bullshit.
Oh yeah, no, like it's the same thing that Catalyst Game Labs does, where like Callous Game Labs has a really bad habit of creating really dumb drama that people farm relentlessly. And like this to me comes off as the same way, where it's like, man, this is really bad drama that like really doesn't need to happen.
Yep.
That just burns goodwill.
Yep. And it's also just this greed shit. It's like you're seeing everywhere in all of the media and whatever. It's just like, I kind of think that we're going to go through this really terrible period of people just losing all their fucking jobs because these dumbasses thought, yeah, line will go up forever.
Line go up.
Line forever. Go up. What do you mean go down? No, up.
Line has to go up.
I don't believe this concept of down, only up.
Why line go down?
Why line go? What's this sideways? I don't understand sideways. Down?
Line not allowed to go down.
It's against the law. You can't go down.
Yeah, not allowed.
Not allowed. Oh, frick.
The only reason why it's allowed to go down is if we permit it to go down. And we haven't permitted it to go down yet.
Yep, we do not allow this line to go down at all.
Forever. For whatever reason.
For whatever reason.
We only allow it to go down if we can punch it in the face.
Let's punch it. Punch it as hard as we can.
Punch it in the dick and then never ever talk about it ever.
Yep. Oh, actually, you know what? I want to talk about something. It's not video game related.
Josh is quitting the podcast.
I want to talk about a band called Little Big.
Oh, man.
Little Big is a band, came from Russia. Now they live in, I want to say California, because that's where most people like to live. They are just a, kind of a crazy kooky band that make really catchy dance songs / rock songs / these weird house songs, basically. Mm-hmm. And turns out, as of like a month or two ago, that they're coming to Edmonton, which is pretty cool because this band that me and Leslie like, friend of mine, we freaking, we listen to them all the time, and it's like we heard about them coming to Edmonton. We're just so ecstatic to the point of like they also had an option for a meet and greet ticket, so we bought those as well. So we're gonna meet and greet Little Big, who are Russian, and kind of like these. I mean, if you watched, I'm sure you've seen one of their music videos from Little Big, because they're
probably not,
because all of their music videos are just kind of crazy and over the top and just kind of hilarious, and a lot of their tunes are just catchy.
I see Little Big toys.
Here, I'll send you the one video that I liked.
Okay, here, I found one.
Yep, that's one of them. And it's also their music videos are just kind of over the top. Freaking
this is the song that would probably never be released in like 2014. I'm just gonna say that, throw that out there.
I like boobs.
I mean, I like boobs too, but like, I mean, at a certain point, you have to like go like,
I like I like your boobs.
I like your boobs. Boobs are good. Yeah. No, that makes total sense.
Yeah. I was gonna say further that for this concert, we're trying to come up with ideas of like, do we want to maybe kind of dress up, because these guys are they're always over the top in their music videos. And this,
know what you do?
What?
You know what you do?
What?
You show up in a Don Cherry shoot.
Yeah, that's actually, we were trying to pull that off, But it turns out,
You
like,
go to a tailor and then you'd be like, "Hey, tailor," and when they're like, "Yes," you go, "Hey, man."
but it takes like time to make those suits.
Well, then what you do is you go to Moore's, you get a suit jacket, and then you show up as a regular, like you show up as a businessman wearing a suit. Be all fancy. And shit.
Honestly, we're thinking of different ideas, and actually, the best idea that Leslie came up with was we should dress up in the Adidas tracksuit setup. Because funny thing is, the history.
Josh in a tracksuit. That's gonna be fucking funny.
Well, actually, I think it would be even funnier on me because I'm kind of fat. And put the tracksuit.
Can you do the Polish thing and like stand onto like a bench and then do like have your hands down low?
Yep. I'll bring up the track pants all the way up to my nips.
Yeah.
Yep. But like the idea is that because Little Big has like has a bit of a long history of, they used to be a rap band before they turned into this weird dance group.
Yeah.
And so in the first video they ever put out was them in red tracksuits doing like a bunch of Russian stuff of like, I'm on a tank and I have guns and whatever. And I think it'd be kind of funny if we just dressed up like they were in that first video. It would be like, that'd be kind of a neat reference to do, but we gotta find the tracksuits first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's my life right now of like, oh, we should gotta figure out where we can get these tracksuits and if we can afford them, and maybe if we can't afford them, can we find a bootleg somewhere that's not gonna give us lead poisoning?
Yeah.
Yep.
One thing I would like to talk about this week is so Velma got released.
Oh, like season 2?
Season 2 of Velma.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So how was it?
Terrible.
Still? I thought it was...
It's worse.
You know, I saw some whispers on the internet that people are saying that it's not bad.
It's
better.
Worse.
They said it's better than the first season, but it's definitely...
It's worse. It's worse.
It's worse.
The only good thing about it, the thing that everyone's probably praising, is the fact that Mindy Kaling's Velma is killed by Scrappy Do. So I guess in that sense, it might be better.
Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. He got killed by the worst character
ever of all time.
Oh man, that's such an insult.
Careful. Scrappy Doo is a hero.
Scrappy Doo did the best thing. Who would have thought Scrappy Doo would do the impossible?
They shoot a fucking missile at the guy. the show is like, okay, so I'm not going to be honest with you. I'm a Scooby-Doo I like Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo is kind of like, hey, part of my childhood as somebody who's like, I like Scooby-Doo. It's a very nice show. It makes me feel good about like life and stuff like that. The old stuff is great. Whenever I see like Scooby-Doo Rule 34, I kind of have to like tilt my head a little bit. Or like lewd images of Scooby-Doo characters, I always have to kind of tilt my head a little bit and just go like, why?
Why?
Why? This show has destroyed my care of that show so much. It has ruined Scooby-Doo to me. But I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest. It just makes me go, why? Why the fuck would anyone ever watch this show? Like, what is the benefit to watching this show? And then I think about it for a couple seconds and I'm like, oh, maybe it's the fact that like the show is actually like maybe the fact that the show actually ends with Mindy Kaling getting murdered. So, you know, there's a positive to that.
You know.
Yeah. And yeah, I actually kind of am happy about that. They ruined one of the best female representations ever of all time too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know the Hex Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to see the lead singer of the Hex Girls?
Hex Girls.
Scooby Doo.
Oh, I think I've seen them. They're like super hot and goth.
Yeah, they're super hot goth girls, and you're like, man.
You're like, oh no, my pants is so tight. Oh shit.
Yeah, the thing that every 14-year-old boy would always be like, man, I'm suddenly, you all of a sudden your voice would drop like 20 fucking
Octaves.
Oh,
no.
Do you guys want to go play baseball?
You guys want to go play baseball?
Play baseball. Excuse me, I'm going to go masturbate. They have ruined the Hex Girls from this entire fucking show. Okay.
Oh no.
So on the left,
yeah.
1999 Hex Girl. Okay. Beautiful. Perfect. Design's very good. Okay. Very womanly form. Okay.
Oh, on the right.
On the right, we have a 40-year-old cat girl.
Oh no.
Okay. 40-year-old cat girl. Left. Perfect. Beautiful. Well designed. Proportions.
I mean, wasn't this one on the left meant to be like, I don't know, 20-ish?
20-ish.
And then the one, one on the right looks like late 30s, 40s.
50.
Oh, really?
We'll go 50.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's 50. I'll go 30, 40, but it's not not 50.
Apparently, she's the single mother on the right.
Oh, there is in the future. I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
So what this is telling me is, as a Scooby-Doo connoisseur, is clearly this show takes place in the future, where the original Velma was murdered, shot in the head. Slept with some guy.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
Died after giving childbirth or something like that. That's my thought process, Josh.
Well, you know what? Hold on to these thoughts. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
I'll be back. I'll let everything just record.
I will rant about Scooby-Doo for a couple minutes. And because clearly the show takes place in the future, listener, I got to be honest with you. It's very important that we understand this. As a community, as a group of people, this would clearly explain why characters like Thorn look so much worse, so much worse. Worth a 40-year-old cat girl whose tits look sadder than who look like two socks filled with quarters. Just there, just she's not there, not perky, not firm. Just this. And there's another problem with this show too. It's extremely this show has a problem of catering and stuff like that. Now, Mindy Kaling is a talented writer. She's a very good writer and could easily write a very good show. But I think that there's a lot of yes, ma'am, not a lot of pushback of being like, hey, I don't think this is funny at all. And we should probably stop. Just inherently. What is this show? What is this show? But yeah, no. I could talk about a little bit about a show I actually need to finish. As such, we could talk about a little bit about a show that I kind of need to watch and look over and stuff like that. But lately I haven't been watching any shows outside of Fallout and patiently waiting for Clarkson's Farm, because Clarkson's Farm is actually love and life and probably one of the coolest shows on the planet Earth. Designed by God himself to make sure that life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness never went away. Yeah. Uh, Fallout's a meh show. It's meh. It's could be worse. It's it could be so much worse than watching like most modern television. Um, but what it ends up being is it ends up being a lot more kind of like destructive. Um, as for the lore and stuff like that, it basically Todd Howard has come out and cleared up some things. It's more important, and it works quite well. What else? I played a little bit of Diablo. Diablo. It is Diablo. El Diablo. Tutorial's pretty good. It's a little fun. Still in the tutorial. It is not as good as previous Diablo games. I think three is still probably going to be like the one I kind of enjoyed the most. I think Path of Exiles is a better game. And I think that's kind of fine. I think that Path of Exile being an overall better game makes it a more interesting product. Whereas like this game existing is just kind of weird and confusing. It doesn't need to exist. And why? Why does it exist? Why does this show exist? And how come it acts that way? What the fuck? Yeah. Anyways, Josh will be coming back any moment now. He will be talking about love, death, and the pursuit of happiness. So I'll cut to that, and yeah, we'll go from there.
La, la, la. Hey, watch out, crime. It's Wedgie Power time. Na, 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 na. Trucking underpants. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Faster than a speeding waistband.
He's busting down doors. We're wearing just his drawers. Na, 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 na. Trucking underpants. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
More powerful than boxer shorts.
Oh my god. Josh had the biggest shit of his life.
It was painful.
What did you... So I ranted for about 20 minutes, but...
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. I gotta be honest, dude. I think that Thelma is... It's an opportunity. It's more evidence of cultural decay.
Uh-huh.
And that's the reason why I hate it.
I see.
Unlike the Fallout show and Diablo 4, which is... The Fallout show I actually kind of like. I think the Fallout show could be worse. But it's also so meh-inducing that's like meh-tastic.
Metaxic.
And then you have the... you have... what is it? Diablo 4, which is just like... It is very clearly reworking of Diablo, but it's not better than Path of Exiles. Path of Exiles is just a stronger overall game, and they just do a bunch of stuff that makes it like really cool and awesome. But as a series goes, it's just like, man, this game could be so much better. And like just looking at it, just looking at the game, it just feels like as if like, man, this ain't it, Chief. This ain't. It feels like I'm watching like my friend die.
Not your
If that makes
friend.
sense. Yeah. That's all I was gonna say.
Well,
So
I don't know. I would. It seems like general consensus online makes Velma passable for second season. And if there was a third season, it'd probably be like, it's a lot better. But who knows?
The reason I don't think that is the case is like, I'm just going to type in Metacritic and then we'll just check it. Because like all I've heard is like, if you're of a certain political persuasion, you'll love it because it has shitloads of like representation, shitloads of like interesting stuff, shitloads of all this sort of stuff, but it doesn't do anything new and unique. It's just more of the same. And it's just,
I see.
yeah, it's just more evidence of like, yeah, so like I'm looking at the Metacritic right now, and it's at a 0.5 user score, 54 critic score, but like let's check Rotten Tomatoes and like actual critics. I think it's called actual critics.
Is there such a thing as an actual critic?
There's a new website called like actualcritics.com, but like if you look at like Velma on Rotten Tomatoes, season 2, like Velma is not, it's a 39 on Rotten Tomatoes and a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. And it's just like, you know, I don't want to be that guy, but like, it just doesn't seem like as if it's a good overall show. Like it just feels like as if like it's more mediocrity on the Vine when there's very clearly like better TV on the market. Like when I say that, I'm not saying like, oh well, like, you know, I'm not saying like, oh well, Clarkson's Farm is so much better. It's amazing. It's the best show on the planet Earth. I'm saying like Fallout exists, the Halo TV show exists, and those are shows that, you know, aren't the greatest, but they do stuff that works. If that makes sense.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
We have good TV now?
Yeah, we have some good TV shows. Fallout's okay. People should watch more Fallout.
People should watch more Fallout.
Yeah.
And you said you played a video game.
I played some Diablo 4. I just started playing it. I think that game is okay. I don't know if I like it yet, but I want to enjoy it and I want to give it a fair shake. But at the same time, it's literally the tutorial. I'm literally in the section that is just the tutorial mission. And it's like, man, I'm not trying to be a dick when I say this, but man, it just doesn't, it's not doing it for me as much as like, how do I say this? It's not doing it for me as much as like another like Path of Exile or something like that, or even Diablo 3. It's a game that I'm probably going to play more of, but I just, you know, I'm probably going to finish the story and then I'll be done. And like, I'm more excited about Diablo 2 Remaster, which I think I also can download because I technically do own Game Pass and that should be on Game Pass. Nope, I can't. So I can download Diablo 4 because of Game Pass, but yeah, no, it's. I think that out of all of Diablos, outside of the first one, it's probably the second. It's probably the worst Diablo out of them all. And the only reason why I would say Diablo 1 is worse is because you can't play Diablo 1 anymore.
Yeah, if you want to play Diablo 1 anymore, you're going to have to find weird hacky ways of doing it.
Yeah, like Diablo Immortal is definitely like the worst Diablo game ever made of all time. But it's not even made by Blizzard. So is it even fair to compare it? It just feels like as if it feels like there's more evidence.
More
evidence. Sorry, my dog's making noise. Macy, can you stop that?
I mean, it wouldn't
I thought there was a thunderstorm going on.
Oh, it wouldn't be an episode without Macy giving her 2 cents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I understand where people are coming from. I think that the game. I think it's going to be a fine game. I think that like the more I'm going to play it, the more I'm going to enjoy it, and it's just like something that like I have to do.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I will actually play a video game this week, other than play the Children of the Sun.
I would really recommend that you try out Stellar Blade. I would actually be interested in your opinion.
I would. Another thing, I see the webpage for it on the internet. $70 for this fucking booby jiggle physics thing that.
So it's not. It's okay. You know Bayonetta?
Yeah, huh?
It's Bayonetta.
Okay, but it's still 70. It's still $70.
You know Nier?
Uh-huh.
Nier Automata?
Uh-huh.
Games that you like?
Actually, I haven't. I touched Bayonetta. I haven't touched Nier.
Okay, but you like those action. Do you like Devil May Cry?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Devil May Cry.
Okay.
So like I understand like the consensus of like I don't want to spend $70 on a video game. Why would I want to spend $70? Is it
because I'm cheap?
But dude, I was looking at like Sandland.
Yeah.
Which I guess which I guess actually has like an actual anime series like on Disney Plus, which I will add it to my pile of things that I need to watch.
Actually, Sandland is the last thing Toriyama has ever worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the game came out, which is exclusive to Xbox One, Series X, and Series S, and I was like, oh, I'll buy Sandland because it has to be on Game Pass because it's exclusive. And turns out it wasn't on Game Pass. So I was kind of sad, and I've come to the conclusion that like what I want to do moving forward is like when I buy a video game, I want to have it in physical copy.
Right.
So like if I buy Stellar Blade, I want to have a physical copy of it because if
internet goes down,
or something happens to it and like the game like gets taken aside and shot behind the back of the thing, I can then like just boot it up and play it or buy a new console and move on with my life, right? One of the things, but like Sandland, like I was like, oh, like if it's on Xbox Game Pass, I just won't buy it. Okay, I was wrong. It's actually on all 3 systems. So I thought it was exclusive to Xbox Series X, but I guess it's not. But like one of the things about it is like one of the things about these games is like as I'm looking at them and as I'm like actually like looking at them and actually kind of like thinking like, oh, maybe I'll pick this up, I'm actually feeling kind of excited because it's like, oh, this is new, this is fun, this is interesting, this is something that I haven't actually played in a while, and it feels like as if like it's like it has that like it's hitting that niche part of my brain where it's like, don't you want to play a video game and have fun with video game?
Yeah.
And it's like, yes I do. I actually legitimately miss this fact.
I legitimately want to have fun with game.
Like that was the one thing that like switching to PC gaming made me kind of realize is like, yeah, I have like 400 games on my PC, but like being able to go to a store and actually pick up a game, that is a special experience.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why I owned physical copies of all of the StarCraft games or StarCraft 2 series.
I mean,
Of
you
games.
can actually still boot them up and probably still play them.
Yeah, well, like the best part is like I owned physical copies of those games, but I don't need to play them.
Yeah.
Like I don't need copies to actually play them. And like StarCraft is like a franchise. It's like still like one of my like I like StarCraft. I wish that Blizzard would do something with StarCraft. That is something I actually wish. And like I just want that stuff again. And like that being said, like oh fuck, I gotta perk this up. That being said, like it's stuff like that which makes me kind of go like, oh, like I miss this kind of stuff. And I miss that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And I also found probably the next thing I'm going to ask my parents for.
Oh. I mean, I do agree with you of like having something physical nowadays, because there's so many companies that are trying to shove everything into a subscription model. And it's like at the end of the day, that doesn't work, because if every company tries to do that, it's not feasible, because you just cannot like milk more money out of the average user.
So yeah, no, like
So it's like, and also when the subscription service dies or takes something off of the service because server cost or something, that means, oh, that thing that you liked is just now gone forever.
well, it's even more nefarious than that. It's like what if like I want to play the game as intended,
Yeah.
like the 1.0 patch.
Yeah.
What if I want to play the game as intended? Okay, well, I boot up the game and I start playing it, and it's like, why I understand like the need to like fix bugs and stuff like that and like moving forward and stuff like that, but like as somebody who's like as a game conservator or somebody who enjoys video games, like it feels like as if like the consoles that made these games special, they're going to go away eventually.
Yeah.
And if everything's online and their servers get taken offline, that's going to be negative for us as players moving forward. Because it's not like it's not like Sony is going to maintain backwards compatibility with all of their future going consoles. Microsoft might. Like Microsoft, I think there's a high likelihood that like unless they switch like an architecture or something like that, and even then, if they did something like that, I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, we're going to try and maintain backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
But like Sony hasn't maintained backwards compatibility from the PlayStation 3 upwards.
Because they're like, it's too expensive. And they haven't bothered.
Like, and that's something that like, and Nintendo is even worse about this.
Yep. They have so much IP to the point of bursting from the seams.
Nintendo could easily make a lot of money
They could.
by just going, hey guys, guess what? We're going to ship you, we're going to make HDMI conversions that convert our consoles over to work with modern TVs and stuff like that via the AV port.
Mm-hmm.
They could make so much money with that stuff. But instead it falls onto the hacker community who has to maintain this stuff and upgrade this stuff and do all this stuff to make it work with modern hardware.
Yep. And that's just kind of lame because there's what was it as of late, the ESA, the electronic
Electronic Software Association.
Yeah. So that was invented just so that the government doesn't impose big rules, legislation against video games, because that was gonna be a thing. So
that's how the ESRB came to be.
Yeah. So now the people who are have trying to make video game libraries a thing, trying to make it so that this resource of knowledge and or craft to not be vanished by companies not caring, by time itself, by whatever. And they're trying to get like at least some government official. Well, actually, they're not even government. They're just a company that like they can somehow control something, and these libraries are going up to this fucking ESA going like, please, like, can we have a legal way of protecting these games from these online services from when they're dying, because once they're gone forever, and they're never going to get this experience back or anything. And then they just they said crew the biggest of the fattest of no's. Yeah.
Why is the crew blocked from existing?
Yeah.
Why can I not boot up the crew? I know I got the game for free, but why can't I boot it up? Why am I expected to boot up the crew too?
If anything, why am I not allowed to at least play that game offline?
Why can I not play this? Why can I not play something that I own offline?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Like, in fact, that crew thing is so fucking insidious and gross to the point of like they actively changed the licensing so you don't own it.
Why can't I play through Destiny 2 Year 1 content?
Yeah.
That's a legitimate issue I have.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like Destiny. I like Destiny 2. Something's going on my phone.
Uh-oh.
Give me a second. Okay. Battletech, my warrior, text talks about Warhammer. That's weird. I didn't think my phone was doing something. Okay, whatever. Like, why is it that why is it that I can't play a modern video game and like put it down, stop playing, and then come back, and in 3 months have the game be the same fucking game?
Yep.
Like, why is it that like when I like that's one of the things that pisses me off about like modern AAA gaming, and especially Western modern AAA gaming, is like I boot it up and I'm like, hey, I want to play this, and I have to wait 20 minutes for cutscenes.
Or you have to wait 20 minutes for the game to update.
Or 40 minutes for the game to update. And it's not even like, they don't even give me like the half decent, like, you can boot it. Like, that was one of the things that pisses me off about like the reason why I don't play PlayStation 4 games or my Xbox One games is like, I try to boot them up and my dad, and like, I end up waiting 40 minutes in order to play God of War. And honestly, I gotta be honest, God of War, in knowing how that game goes, I'm not really interested in picking up a sequel.
Yep.
So like, yeah, no, I understand. Like, it's more evidence of this fucking destructive thing that keeps happening, and it's just insulting.
Yep. It's just further going down the hole of pirates are always right.
The consumer, it's anti-consumer too.
It's anti-consumer, and just like, hey, it's morally right for me to hack the fuck out of this damn thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's basically all this is saying. It's like, this is morally correct to figure out a way I can just play this forever.
It's morally correct for me to buy a brand new Xbox 360 with an HDMI cable port.
Yep.
And swap out the board of my existing Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
Than it is for me to actually play my Xbox 360.
You should get a... Oh, wasn't the original Xbox? No, I think it was 360 that you can make it region free by drilling the
You can drill a hole in it. Yeah.
Drill, not the board itself. It has to be the chip on a very specific depth.
Corner.
Yeah.
And spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, like you can make a region free if you just drill this one
People
spot.
were bypassing security by drilling they made little jigs that allowed you to do this.
Yep, and a special screwdriver you can do that with.
Yeah, and it's like man,
Like, it goes to show, like, hey, people are going extreme lengths to bypass this fucking garbage.
My thing is like the Xbox. I didn't think the Xbox 360 when it came out was going to be the greatest console of all time, or one of the greatest consoles of all time.
I was gonna say,
especially now.
I argue PS2 was still better, but 360 was definitely up there.
The thing is, it's like PlayStation 2. It's like you look at the games that they had, and it's like
bangers.
It's like, yeah, like a lot of their exclusives were really good.
Yeah, they're bangers, every single one of them.
And then you look at the Xbox 360, and it's like, man, I didn't think 7th gen was going to be as good as it was.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think I was living through the golden age of gaming.
I mean,
when I was.
Yeah. I mean, you could argue that this is also better for video games to some degree, but at the same time, it sucks. I mean, I'm happy that Steam is Steam.
Yeah.
The way it is. But at the same time, when trying to play video games, just be me from words by myself, trying to play video games, I just want to do that. Please let me play a video game.
No, you're not allowed.
Damn it.
I'm joking. You're allowed.
Yay! What time is it?
That's 10:26. I was probably going to wrap up the show in like 10 seconds. But I wanted to talk about something, which is partly the reason why I was talking about 7th gen. Mega Bloks, created by Mattel.
Yeah.
They're making probably the greatest thing that it will probably sit on my shelf for all eternity.
Oh.
And it has made me extremely nostalgic for me and for what I kind of am after. Every now and then they'll do, like, Lego will do this thing where they'll have like a console. So Lego did like NES. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. If they made a GameCube, I'd probably buy one. Because like the GameCube was one of the first consoles. They did one for the Atari 2600, and I actually was like really considering about picking one up because the Atari 2600 is the first console I've ever owned in my entire life. That being said, they made the NES, and then I was like, oh, if they make a Nintendo game system or GameCube, I'll probably pick one up. But Mega just made the one that like I'm actually really considering, which is they made an Xbox 360. And it is literally just the Xbox 360.
Literally just
in Mega Bloks form.
That's pretty funny.
And on top of that, like it comes with like a fake Halo 3 as well.
Like a little thing that looks like it's fake Halo 3.
Yeah, it's like Mega Bloks Halo 3. Which, like, let me be honest, if they made Mega Bloks Halo 3, I would buy like 20 copies. Like, I'm not joking, Josh. I would probably buy like you'd probably be like, "Hey Jeff, what are you doing?" And then every single time we would go to like the store when we're like hanging out, if we went to a store, you would be like, "Hey man, what do you? Well, Jeff, no, don't do it, Jeff. Jeff, you own 4 copies. You don't need another one. Jeff, no, put it back. Put it back, Jeff.
Put it back.
Put it back.
Oh no!
You're not buying another copy of Jeff. No, Jeff. No. Why is your debit card coming out, Jeff? No.
It's the joke of don't get on that plane. Don't get on. No, don't order the bad food. No, don't.
Why are you ordering the fish? Yeah, it's that.
Yep.
I mean, this is also the same thing. This is also the same company that also has like the Pokemon license and makes Pokemon Lego figures.
Ah,
So there's that. But you know, that's me. Yeah, I actually am kind of like really kind of like tempted to buy this.
you know what? Shoot me a link because I want to see.
It's in general.
Okay. Because
God, I also hate going to the GameStop store.
so is this life size?
It's 3/4 scale.
Oh, I see.
Which I don't know if you know this, but the original consoles, they're fucking pretty big.
Yeah. That's why I was like, man, I can see this being like.
I'm actually curious. If I go on eBay, how much can I get an Xbox 360 for?
Man, that's Canadian price, $180. Oy.
Xbox 360 Slim, 255 gigs, 360S, 166, refurbished, excellent. I should have bought one when I had the chance.
Should have had it bought it when you had the chance.
Well, like mine is like the Gen 1 without the HDMI and stuff like that, so it like sucks. Because it's like, oh, my TV is like literally only HDMI.
Oh, well,
Fuck.
fucking my 360, my brother fucking traded that in. So
My brother stole it from me, and then
it was kind of like the console that both of us shared. So it was just got lumped in with the trade. Although he traded it for something else at the time, and I can't remember what it was. I think
he traded it for a PlayStation 4. God, that was a waste.
No, it was earlier than that. I forget
He
what.
traded it for a PlayStation 3. God, that was a waste. There's only like 4 really good games on the PlayStation 3.
Man, I can't remember anymore. I know I
Resistance
knew.
Fallen Man. There was no really good Jax game. There was no really good Ratchet game.
Fucking maybe it was for PS3 or something. I can't. It was at a time frame where like both of us kind of just stopped playing on the 360, and then the one day I was like, wait, where'd it go? And then my brother's like, yeah, I traded it in, and I'm like, you traded it in?
The PlayStation 3 had a terrible lineup of games. Looking back at it, like it was actually really depressing.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
Like it was, what did it have? It was the funniest thing ever. Apparently they still have they have consoles on the fucking wow bestbuy.ca. Do they have an Xbox 360? I'll buy an Xbox for them.
Dear God, you know the pop figures.
Yeah,
They have Pokemon pop figures.
yeah, I know.
It's like at the very least, you know, with their big buggy eyes, like they kind of still fit the Pokemon because it's still that's kind of what they're going for. So it fits, but at the same time, I'm not supporting that company. I
Josh is like,
refuse to
I'm not buying a brand new.
pop figurine.
Fuck that shit.
I'll get it used.
Never have ever doing it.
I'll get a used one in a garage sale. Like, I kid you not. Like, I think the last time I went to a garage sale, I saw freaking like a stack of pop figures. And I'm like, oh dear, you bought that. Like, freaking hell.
Yeah, no. I'm just, God fucking damn it. The PlayStation 3 was such a fucking disappointment, man.
Yeah.
I just love how bad it was.
So bad.
It was like, man, I really am like, man, it's just interesting how that console works and how they go, oh god, it's just so trash.
So trash.
I gotta talk to my mom because I think I can do things on May 11th. Yeah. Is that a podcast? I think it's a podcast.
I think we got a podcast.
We recorded for an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh god, and some of that was me pooping.
And it's probably going to be an hour and 2 minutes that I'm going to replace with something.
You should replace with
No, I think last week I wanted to replace it with Lemmy Winks. So I wanted to replace it with the Lemmy Winks song.
I mean, could.
But then I thought about it and I was like, man, we're probably going to get sued. And I don't want to get sued.
I don't think we get sued.
I don't think we get sued, but we definitely would get like a strike or something like that.
How dare you? You get a strike.
How dare you? So maybe instead, like we do, I'll find a video or something, and I'll just be like, put that in there. So thank you for listening to the Black Man Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmangames.podbean.com. Subscribe to us on free podcasting app of choice. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.
I'm about to get racist. Now I'm racist. It's okay, guys. Just kidding. I'm even more racist now. Now I'm way beyond racist. Forget it. I 100 times racist now. I've done it. I've reached ultra racist.
Even like, it's not even like separating. They're just like
3 different lumps.
Yeah.
That's
like it's more bullshit to the pile.
Is it 3 different sausage links to the one giant long sausage?
Yeah. Also, I miss my Discord Nitro.
Oh no.
There you go. I miss my fucking Discord Nitro. Because then I would have just put a Pepe as my status. Yeah. Shall we say? Did you play any games this week?
Let's see. Oh, my internet actually died. So I was actually prepared to be like, oh, I should play a video game, and then the internet died. I'm like, I think my options
I can't play a video game anymore.
I fucking hate that. Well, the funny thing is, if I've installed the game and it's not internet required, then I could still technically play it. It's just that I was trying to, I just wasn't sure what game I could play.
No, I don't have to move to, I don't need sponsorship if I'm in Quebec. I'll just move to Quebec. Yeah, I played Diablo 4. I started Diablo 4.
Oh.
That I put in like maybe 10 minutes.
Cool.
I wanted to play Sandland this week. I was like all excited. I was like, I'm gonna play Sandland. Josh is gonna play Stellar Blade. I won't have to like. Josh will have the game that like is very safe for him because he doesn't have his mother in his life anymore. I just realized what I just said. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
But Josh won't have that awkward moment of like playing the game and then all of a sudden having somebody like hit like a person of the opposite sex walk in the room and then be like, wow, that's actual fucking porn. And then you realize like you're like, oh dear God, like what am I playing? Like, oh God, like I'm going to get shit on so hard. Josh won't have that issue because it's his dad who lives in the house with him, and then I don't have to own the smut. And then that plan failed.
Think I don't already own smut?
Josh, I know you own hentai games.
Of course I do.
I know you own hentai games because I bought you one.
Oh, frick.
I own like 2.
And
what of 3?
And there's also
4.
There's also options on Steam you can hide your purchases.
Yeah, but I'm too lazy for that.
You're just I'll get this smut publicly. Thank you.
Look.
Put this in a transparent bag for me.
I want when my girlfriend, my future girlfriend, looks at my Steam account. I want her to be proud, knowing that I am honest. That's what I want.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
I want her to wake up and be like, my boyfriend owns literal smut on Steam, and then her not to care. That's what I want.
No, the girlfriend goes, so what's the smut of the week?
What's orc massage?
What's the smut of the week? Orc massage? Oh, let's see this.
What's orc massage? Why are you playing orc massage?
Because these goddamn fairy-esque people are just wanting to bone.
Yeah. Shall we sync and start talking podcast stuff?
Yes, I think.
Did you just one question before we continue? Did you get better internet?
Better internet?
Yeah.
No, it's just internet outage. That's the problem. I don't think I have better internet. I think it's just the internet which went down for service and then came back up a little bit afterwards.
So you're still on like the cable DSL stuff? You don't have the fiber?
I don't think so. I mean, just the way that it's hooked up to our house, it looks like it's cable DSL. I mean, we could get fiber. The fiber is, I think it goes to our, at least our property. It's just that I think we have to get it now to, like, from wherever the hell it is to our house, and then try to get it from our house to spread it across to the machines that use the internet.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, shall we sync and start the podcast?
Yes.
Sync in 3, 2, 1.